So I am 40 years old. I own my own law firm. Most of you probably already know that. And I am going through a divorce. Actually, let me be real and honest with you guys. I am going through my second divorce. I think it is really hard to try to create a life where you have it all. And I've clearly tried and failed twice to do that. So while I'm not going to go into details as far as the cause of the divorce or whose fault it is, obviously it's both of our faults. But I will just say that I think it's really hard to own and grow a super successful business and also have balance and happiness and peace in all of the other areas of your life. I don't think it's impossible. I don't think that you can't choose a few areas to really excel in and give your all, but to give 100% of you to every single area of your life and have it all be super successful and perfect all the time is not possible, at least not for me. So I'm doing fine. My foster girls are doing fine. My daughter is doing fine. We are working through it and we are coping as best we can. I will update you guys based on what is going to happen with the foster license that we currently have because we have it as husband and wife. I have just informed the agency. I was super nervous to inform them because I don't want to lose my girls and I don't want to put them through having to be moved from a place that is stable and where they're happy. I don't know if they're going to take them from me. I don't know if they're going to take them from me permanently, temporarily, or not at all. But I will definitely share that information. You certainly can foster as a single parent, and I intend to do that. But again, we will see kind of what the process is since the divorce is happening during a placement. So I'm sharing this. I am embarrassed. I am ashamed, but also like this isn't my first rodeo. I was much more embarrassed and ashamed the first time around. At this point, I'm kind of like, you know what? I tried. It didn't work out. Nobody's perfect. Everyone's got issues. Not everyone chooses to share those issues publicly. But again, I think I've kind of explained the importance to me to kind of be real and show you guys that, you know, everything's not always peachy and perfect. I get a lot of questions and inquiries from people wanting to go to law school, people in law school, people starting out their legal career. And I'm always like, ooh, be careful. It's a really demanding career. It takes a lot out of you. And so really think about your priorities and what you want in life. What's the most important to you? One mistake that I made, I believe, is throughout many seasons of my life, I did put my business first. And so you just really need to think about, and I think that kind of applies for any type of business owner. It really does take so much out of you. So anyway, probably won't talk about this topic too much more in the future. Probably not going to answer many questions in the comments about it to the extent they get too personal. But again, it was important to me to share this information and be real and authentic. Bye.
Hey, shout out to the content creator. Man, this is very interesting. I appreciate her sharing, right? And I always mean that because a lot of times, um, people think that when you looking on social media and you see people doing all these different wonderful things around life, there are people out there who really going through real things, right? Real relationship drama, trauma. It is real out here, right? And a lot of times people get caught up in the hype. But in particular with this video, right? Man, 2 divorces is crazy. That's listen, I'm not here to judge, but I just want to say that. You know, listen, people, it happens every day, but I think for me personally, man, like if I for God forbid, if I get divorced for whatever crazy reason, right? It ain't in the plans, but man, if I do, I probably won't get married again. I probably wouldn't. It's so much invested. It's so much invested. And the crazy thing about this video, right? They have foster kids. They have their one. It sounds like they had one of their own, but then they had the 2 girls or the two foster kids. Now that's like even more, you know, things that's thrown in the pot. You follow me? That's just more thrown in the pot, man. It just get real sticky when other people are involved, like kids and stuff. It's one thing if just y'all too young, got no kids. You know, that breakaway still is painful, but it's just not as sticky when you don't have any kids. But man, you know, foster kids and all that, that's heavy, man. That's a lot to deal with. Again, it happens every day though. It really does. And one other thing I want to say, and this is probably the main point that she was talking about, those careers, man. And again, listen, everybody's entitled to how they want to live their life. I absolutely mean that. Everybody needs to make the choice on how they want to live their life. Now, how it impacts other people, that's different. And that's something you do have to consider, especially when you take on, you know, those when you go down the aisle and you say I do, you know what I'm saying? Then you're saying we're becoming one as a party. And so how you move and how the other person move, you know, y'all have to be fluid, man. And it is easier said than done because her particular career when it comes to like law or even another career like the healthcare, when it comes to like being a nurse or a doctor, those are super high demanding jobs. Listen, you can get paid very well, but it's definitely high. Man, it's high demand as far as what it asks from you when it comes to long hours and, you know, you're trying to build it, you're trying to make it. There's going to be sacrifices that come with that. And unfortunately for her, you know, she's finding out the second time around what comes with that sacrifice. You know what I mean? And again, there's nothing wrong with, I'm not here to say, man, she wrong. She need to, no, I'm not here to say any of that. It's just me, just a great reminder when I see these videos as well. And I'm like, man, this is real life. It's just another reminder on how if you want to get married out there, again, getting married is a beautiful thing. I won't sit here. See, a lot of people gonna be like, man, don't get married. You know, oh, the woman this, the woman that, or, you know, vice versa. The women be like, man, the man they did. You know, we hear that all the time. But from people that's actually married who in it, we'll tell you real quick. Like when it's working, oh man, it's beautiful. When it's working, right? And I'm not saying you, but here's the thing: you have to put in the work to make it work, and it ain't easy. But being single, I mean, truth be told, man, going through this life by yourself isn't easy either. It's simpler, right? Because it's everything you do as far as decisions. You don't have to have nobody check with you or check for you, right? But also when you marry, when you have somebody to check for you who have the best interest of you, it's like, hey, this is a great idea, but let me just double check that. You know what I'm saying? Before you execute, before you hit the green button to go. And that's not to sway you to go left or go right. It's just saying, hey, if you're going to turn right, let's just make sure we're not making a sharper turn. We make a smooth turn right. That's what marriage is or should be. You follow me? So when you at a place where you like, damn, I'm divorced, that's really like, it's almost like, man, let's say y'all both on this trip and y'all driving to a destination, right? Let's say y'all on a trip and y'all going to a destination and both parties are in the car. So, you know, you the man, you driving, your wife, she's giving you directions from the GPS. And it's almost like y'all can't even talk to, there's no communication about who's going left or who's going right. Like, it's like, hey, I don't need you to tell me directions. I'm just going to go what I think. And then she's like, hey, look, I'm reading a map. I'm telling you where to go. It may take us an extra 30 minutes, but it's the right way. And you as a man is like, no, I know this. I know these streets. I know which way to go. I can save us time. I know these shortcuts. It's just no communication. So it's like you feel like you know how to get there because these shortcuts. She's like, we can still get there, but it may take a little longer because the shortcuts you talk about ain't gonna work. And then you just start to bash heads. I don't know if that was a good example, but it sounds about right. But the fact of the matter is, when you guys are on your destination of this marriage or this journey in this road trip of this marriage, y'all have to be in sequence. You know what I mean? And then when you put kids in the back seat, it's like they on the ride with y'all. You follow me? So it's just more important that y'all get there safely now. You know, man, y'all work together to make sure you making the right turns to get there. So, like I said, man, I appreciate her sharing, but a lot of people going through this. So a lot of people going through this. But again, marriage, when it's working and you have somebody there with you, have your best interest, it just made life so much easier, especially on the financial side too. Because listen, nobody want to work forever. Everybody want to retire, man. And when I mean retire, I'm not saying people don't still want to do things after. They don't just want to sit on the couch all day. But as far as having money put aside where you can live the life you want to live later in life and don't have to work and like you have to work because you don't choose not to, that's where everybody want to be. You follow me? So it's just easier when it's two people because it's double the income to get there faster, especially if y'all put the right plays in position, the right investments, you know what I mean? And y'all really like seriously working together. But it's tough, like I said, man, when it's when y'all not on the same page, and especially when you get divorced, it just stops every momentum, everything. And you have to start over. And she's done it twice. Man, that's for me saying this is why I'm like, y'all couldn't do it again, man. Listen, all the benefits I said about when you in the marriage and how good it is, listen, but going to start over and do that again, man, I couldn't do it, man. Cause you pour so much into it. You know what I'm saying? You pour, and time has went on. You know what I mean? It's like at this point, man, I don't even know if you have time to really start over with a person. Depending on where you are. I mean, she still look kind of young, but even so, it's like now you got kids. It's a lot, man. It get messy. It get messy. So hopefully for the people out there who look at it, still get married. I'm still gonna always push for marriage. I'm always gonna push for marriage, right? I feel like it helps the communities. I feel like it helps stabilize families. You know what I mean? It help grow families. I always think it financially grows the family, the assets and stuff like that. I always think it's better benefits of being married. However, listen, it has to be done right though. It has to be done right. You gotta vet the person that you with, and that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. You have to vet, and nothing's gonna be perfect. Nobody's perfect, but you got to figure out what works for you and what you're willing to accept. Because nobody's gonna be perfect, man. So anyway, shout out to the content creator. Appreciate her sharing her personal life, truly. And if you got any value from that, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video off with anybody who may need to hear this message. I guarantee somebody need to hear this message. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Much love. Peace.